Most people are going to start the run on Jedi Destiny. You technically can start with Into the Death Star, especially if you get comfortable enough with doing Ultra Kill, but it is a little bit finicky and it's much different in this game compared to the complete saga. Really, I would recommend starting with Jedi Destiny just because that can have some variance, especially when you're first starting out. But this level really is a one-trick pony. It's definitely the simplest level in the entire game, especially in free play. We're going to start with just one character called in. You want to make sure that when you set up your free play file, you are Han Hood outfit. And the reason for this is something we touched on in the last video, which is that these couple of rows of characters that came from LEGO Star Wars the video game can't be taken into the cantina. And so if we enter this level as Han Solo Hood and then choose one of these characters and never switch off of them, then we're going to exit the cantina also as Han Solo Hood, which is optimal for the cantina movement speed and will also be helpful in menuing to Droideka in a couple of levels. So in the case of this level, we're going to select Grievous, and then we'll never have to switch off to any other character. So hopping into the level itself, if this is the first time that you've done Ultra Kill in a free play category, I'd recommend just setting like a save state here, just so that you can try it over and over again and kind of get used to the rhythm, and then you don't have to be exiting to Cantina and then coming back into the level every single time. But our goal in this level is the same as in story runs, which is simply to throw the Emperor down a pit, and Grievous with his giant hitbox, which is helped by his lightsabers, is going to make that fairly easy to do. So it's good to note that while the Emperor is charging you up here, if you go too far down the stairs, like to the third or fourth stair, he's just going to stop chasing you. He no longer cares about you and isn't going to be aggroed onto you. It's just good to keep in mind because if he was aggro all the way down here on the stairs, it would be a lot easier to set this trick up. The first step to this Ultra Kill is we're going to position ourselves a little bit higher up than I am right now on the staircase so that the Emperor starts to charge down at us. And then after that, we really just want him to have some sort of momentum kind of coming down the stairs, and then we're going to jump over and get behind him to start pushing him downwards. So as you can see here, he's doing his swinging animation, so if we just let him do that once and then jump around him, we can kind of get behind him and start to move him a little bit. Now this positioning is a bit less controlled than we would want to be, but I'm just trying to show you the principles of how this works, and then we'll look at it from just starting the level fresh of how to get a really good setup with the Emperor. But if I unpause here, I should just be able to start pushing him, and as you can see, with Grievous's massive hitbox, the Emperor moves very, very easily. And ultimately, this position here is really good with the Emperor running from right to left. For whatever reason, the line that he tries to take to back up top, this just makes it a lot easier to consistently push him, and you don't have to make a ton of adjustments. So over time, as you get a feel for the line, it can be very easy to just utilize that position and push him straight down. So now I just want to show you what that looks like when you start out the run, if you just go for an attempt right away without doing any like pauses, any breaks for a setup. This is what a Jedi Destiny should look like. So as you can see, even though the beginning of that was a little bit messy, as soon as I kind of found the line with the Emperor, it is really easy to funnel him directly into the pit. So that's it for the level itself, and then when you come back into the cantina, you're going to be Han Solo Hood. So what you can be doing as you're leaving the level is you can be holding right and spamming jump to start jump rolling towards into the Death Star. And then before you actually enter the level, you also want to call in your player 2, and then you'll be ready for Into the Death Star.